Directed by Kenneth Branagh, Belfast is a film told through the eyes of a 10-year-old boy during the late 60s, where the tensions between Catholics and Protestants reign supreme. Hello, everybody. My name is Josh, your movie apprentice, and I am continuing my London Film Festival belated coverage with Belfast, which is a film that I'll be honest, I was not overly bothered about watching originally, but it has become one of the early frontrunners for the Oscars after its showings at several film festivals prior. So going into this, I was really interested to see what Kenneth Branagh could do, especially after his film before this was the notorious Artemis Fowl, which, to summarize my feelings on that movie, here's a little throwback to that review. Oh god, this film. And I must say, Kenneth Branagh has definitely done a polar opposite here when it comes to those two movies. This one is a very good watch. It checks all the boxes that the Academy generally look for. Gorgeous cinematography, check. Fantastic acting, check. A simple story, check. A nice little gimmick when it comes to desaturation of the image, check. There are even scenes where you can tell they just exist and they are shot just to be in that Oscar reel when it comes to the acting categories. It is a film where not a lot happens and the pacing is steady throughout, and there are only a few flashpoints that prop up throughout the movie. But let's talk about some of these performances in this movie. For one, Dame Judi Dench. Just once, I would like to see her just do an average performance because she never seems to miss. And no, I am not counting Cats because that movie was just a train wreck when it arrived. She does a fantastic job in this. Her role is very supporting, but every time she is on screen, she is eating the screen from all the other actors. She is absolutely fantastic. But clearly, the standout actor in this, and the one that's definitely going to push towards the awards, is Catriona Balfe, who's really good in this. She has a couple of very impactful scenes. She demonstrates several layers of vulnerability and frustrations. She is really good in this, and you can understand what her character is going through when it comes to trying to raise these boys by herself when her husband's away working in England a lot of the time and trying to protect them from some very distasteful characters. The chemistry she has with Jamie Dornan's character is really well done, and when it's just them two together, the film works beautifully. Also, the film would not work at all if it wasn't for the strong child actor in this. His name is Jude Hill, and he does a brilliant job in his big debut role. And talk about jumping into the deep end. He has to tell this story. It's all focused on him. All the big adult stuff he will only overhear but never get the full grasp of. For him, he just all he cares about is being cool, getting in with gangs, and trying to get better grades in school just to be sat next to the girl he likes. It's an adorable little story, and I love the way the film also plays with the color palette. It is predominantly in black and white. There are flashes of color introduced, mostly during scenes where the child is watching some form of media, whether that be theatre or in the cinema or a TV. These are the rare occasions where color will appear. There was a great little shot where there is only color in the reflection of Judi Dench's character's glasses, which is a fantastic little shot, and I had to really admire the little details of it. It very much symbolized the innocence of childhood and losing yourself in this bright, colourful, alternate reality that's pure fantasy against the bleak backdrop of what it's like living in Belfast in the late 60s, which is told through the black and white colour scheme. It is used to great effect, and I do wish there was a bit more of the colour. Unfortunately, though, this is one of those films where I'm glad I saw it. I am really glad I saw it, but I'll probably never watch it again. That's kind of a thing when it comes to the big Oscar going for movies. And also, the main antagonist in this isn't threatening at all. There are several times he'll go up to the kid's dad or to the kid himself and try and act all big and mean and hostile. And he's usually just ignored or dismissed constantly. So you can never really get a bearing of why this guy is such a big shot and why is he such a threat to the family. And there are some decisions made towards the end by a couple of characters that are a little bit dumb, but they seem to be there just to set up a more action-packed finale. Because it's one of those films where it stays stagnant throughout in terms of its pacing and tone. It's a very nice pacing, and it's really well thought out how the story is told over the course of a good couple of years. And it's great to see this family just feel like a real family. Before I get into my grade, if you like what I do on this channel, consider clicking that like button and subscribing. Let me know what you thought of Belfast down in the comments below. But without further ado, let's grade this. Belfast is what you'd expect from a big Oscar movie. It's very well shot, brilliantly acted across the board. It has a very simple personal story and has a lot of good elements about it. But it's one of those where I don't think it will appeal to a huge audience. I feel like the villain is basically a non-existent laughing stock, and some of the decisions can really bog the film down. And I will say, even though I enjoy the pacing, there are a couple of times where it takes a bit too long for something to actually happen in the movie, and I feel like that could switch off a few audience members as well. Overall, I'm going to have to say that for me, Belfast is a film that just needs a bit more sugar. So Belfast, have you seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Coming up on the channel, we have a lot more content to get through, including all my London Film Festival content. I've got some rain dance content to come. I'm also reviewing The Last Duel a bit later than a lot of people, but I feel like it's a film I really have to talk about. So stay tuned for that, and until next time, my name is Josh, I have been your movie apprentice, and I'll see you in the next video.